It is time to learn about the quadratic formula. I'm sure you're wondering what the quadratic formula is, but first let's get your attention. Here we go. The quadratic formula is, you ready for this? It's really exciting. Remember this, memorize it 100 ways. It's negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. Bam! Isn't that exciting? Whoa! Upside down crazy. That's it right there. You just want to remember that. There it is, the quadratic formula. Now that's kind of out of the way, so let's slide it over here because that's what we're talking about. So what does the quadratic formula do? Well, in a nutshell, what it actually does is it takes a general quadratic equation written in standard form. Standard form, by the way, was, remember, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. It takes an equation written in that form, just so I'll put it there so you don't forget about it, and it will tell you what the roots are. Now at this point you might be going, roots? What are the roots? If you need a little visual, here you go, a visual about what the roots are. The roots are where the graph, there's your quadratic equation graph with your x and your y. The roots are the spots on the axis where it crosses right there. Those are the roots. Okay, so that's really nice. So that's what the quadratic equation does. Here, I'll even draw you a nice little squiggly line to connect the dots. Right? This gives you the roots. That's what it does. I mean, in a nutshell. So anyway, now I'm going to get rid of that line. That's kind of a mess. Whoa, didn't mean for that to happen. Let's see if I can back that up. Oh, buggers. Now it's just all connected willy-nilly. There. Whew. Good, got rid of it. Put that back up there. Okay, so let's go with an example of how you could actually use this thing. Pick a good color. I think purple sounds great. A good example. Let's assume maybe you had the equation x squared plus 3x minus 4. And I said, find the roots. Here we go. Find roots. Now we're all clear on what the question is. Find the roots. There it is. That's what we're trying to do. So somewhere that equation is going to cross the axis. It's going to cross the axis, right? At some point. That's the goal. Find the roots. So we'll put him back up there until we need him later. Okay. Now if you notice, the a value is, well, 1. The b value is 3. And the c value is negative 4. So now we actually, I guess, need to know what the actual quadratic formula is, because remember, this thing right here is the standard form. Standard form. Yeah, that's important to remember. That's the standard form. But the actual quadratic formula, it's a generic plug and chug kind of formula, so I'll write it out for you. Let's go with green. I haven't used green. Quadratic formula is, you got to take the b value from the standard form. So it's negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. Now if you write that out a bunch of times, you will actually remember that. Now that is the quadratic formula, and let me give you a little line to make sure. We're going to go, there's my arrow, and I will then take it and I will put it right over. Let me shrink it down a little bit. That's about right. That right there is your quadratic formula. Okay, so now we just need to plug in all the parts. So let's go back and say, wait, to do the quadratic formula, which does what? It finds the roots. It's going to find the roots of the equation we're interested in. Remember, that was the question, find the roots. I know it gets kind of confusing when I go kind of slow. Find the roots. We need to know, basically plug the A, the B, and the C, right? Remember the A, the B, and the C value, which is the A, the B, and the C value. Plug those into the quadratic formula, and voila, the number that chunks out the other side is the root. So here we go. Let's do that. This is where it gets really exciting. And negative b. Well, in this case, negative b is a 3, so we're going to go negative 3 plus or minus the square root of b squared. So that would be 3 squared minus 4ac, right? I'm right here, minus 4ac. So the a value would be 1 and the c value is negative 4, so we got minus 4 times 1 times negative 4. Let's extend that line over there. All divided by 2a. 2a. There it is. All right. Wait, not 2a. That's backwards. Oh. That didn't work at all. Okay, so we've got to fix this little issue here. So just talk amongst yourselves, talk amongst your friends. I'll get right back to you in just a moment here. There it is. Okay, so that's right. The equation. All right, so I guess at this point we need a real quick recap. If you notice, the 3 is the B, and the 4 is the 1 is the A, and the 4 is the C, and you rewrite it all in that equation. So anyway, continuing, here you go. So now we actually have to just kind of simplify that thing. So here we go. That orange is equal to negative 3 plus or minus, well, I'm going to go 3 squared is equal to 9, and then that's actually a negative 4 times negative 4, which is a positive 16, all divided by 2, because 2 times 1 is equal to 2, right? That's right there. 2 times 1 is equal to 2. So we're just moving right along, so that is equal to that. Then we're going to simplify this even further and say that equals negative 3 is still there, plus or minus, well, 9 plus 16. 9 plus 16 is 25. 25 square root. Hopefully some of you are seeing that. Wait, I might even know what that's equal to. A negative 3 plus or minus 5 divided by 2, because the 25 square root of 25 is 5. So let's shrink. Oh boy, that shrunk into 2 parts. Isn't that interesting? But I think I can still put it there, so let's just see if we can drag that guy up there. We need to make him a little bit smaller. There, I think that got about there. Okay. So anyway, you see where that's going. So at this point, we now have 2 questions. The first question is negative 3 plus 5 divided by 2. The second is negative 3 minus 5 divided by 2. Well, on the first side, you have negative 3 plus 5. That's right here. On the first side, negative 3 plus 5. Okay, so on the first side, we had negative 3 plus 5 is a 2 equals. So we've got 2 divided by 2. On the second side, we had negative 3 minus 5 is negative 8. So you have negative 8 divided by 2. So those, of course, fall right into there. So we're cruising right on down. And then the next line, well, 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. And the other side is negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 4. Now, if I did that too fast, by all means, go back and check your calculator. But those right there are the answers. So stop for a moment and go, what the heck were we looking for? Well, there's your graph. Isn't that nice? There, we'll put that guy back there. Maybe right over here. The 4 is right there, so it says that that value is a 4, and the 1 is actually this value right here. Not drawn to proportion, not drawn to scale, but if you go ahead and graph it, you'll see that that's actually what it is. Isn't that fun? The quadratic formula broken down, nuts and bolts. Now it's